We need relevant writers that can make us relevant again. Is there anyone dead we can revive?
Maybe, but he's not dead.
Who?
Harris Shaw.
He's dead. Bagger off.
Let's try again.
Really? I mean, he's
Was it?
probably... Did you know he shot his last assistant because he mistook him for a bear?
Oh, I don't believe
How is that even possible?
I don't believe. You can't believe everything.
Oh, we're not bears! We're not bears!
We at Stanbridge Publishing believe that is your signature, so you owe us a book.
Shut up.
Anything you want to show me?
You pound of flesh. I won't do the bloody tour.
Do the tour, or I edit the book. Those are your choices.
This is a book tour. Why don't I read something? Bullshit. Bullshit. Bullshit.
No one's interested in the book. They're interested in this freak show.
This man is the book reviewer for the Times.
I don't like book critics.
And I found it totally pessimistic.
You're all bullshit.
It is not selling, okay? No one is buying it.
I can't get him to do anything. All I am to him is his driver and his Scotch Sherpa. Let's go. You want to buy a book?
You want to know what I think? Times have changed.
Hashtag bullshit!
How a book is released today has become just as meaningful as its content.
Eden was gone, no longer within reach. God was done with mistakes.
Well, that was too melodramatic. You vanquished my fears, and for that, I am forever grateful.
He's made me nuts, hasn't he?
I know. Mr. Shaw, what is your book about?
Be brave. Yes. Be truthful. Even the worst of us get lucky.
Somehow, you have over 20,000 followers.
Christ had followers. It didn't end well for him.
The Bible was a bestseller, wasn't it?
Hi, Lina. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
How are you? Where are you?
I'm in Toronto.
That's what I thought. Are you at TIFF? It's the first day, is not?
Yeah, but I'm at home.
Well, that was a joke question further down would be like, why aren't you at TIFF? It's the opening day of TIFF.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I've got some friends and there's a couple of films this weekend and I think that I might go try to check out. And
At the Lightbox or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm attending myself, except that virtually.
Right.
But next year I'm just, fingers crossed.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah. But it's great to have seen bestsellers, and I enjoyed it. I enjoyed this sort of relationship. It's sort of, as I kind of was thinking, in a way, as a lot of stories are told, when you have two people that connect so deeply over the course of a story, it becomes sort of a love story.
Yeah, I think that's totally true. I liken it to like a surrogate father-daughter love story.
Right.
It totally is a love story. Like
Yeah.
a non-sexual, non-romantic
Oh, right. Yeah.
love story. But yeah, a deep
Right.
friendship story. Yeah.
Right. And then what is it? I was wondering, so yeah, we mentioned the age gap there. So you are going to try to get audiences older and younger. Do you think, what do you feel like? I know you didn't write this. There's either a stampede upstairs or there's a couple of young children. I apologize if you can hear any of that. But what do you think what is the book culture? I mean, in your neck of the woods, because obviously down here the competition with screens is I mean, it's not a competition. Screens seem to have won out. So I'm just, because this movie, like a number of others that come to mind, has obviously cherishes books and writing.
Yeah.
Oh, so the question again was,
Yeah. Sorry.
sorry about that, Lina.
No,
Do you find that's the case up in Canada, or do you, like, in obviously, like in England or in other parts of the world, there seems to be still quite a large devotion to books.
I see what you're getting at now. I think I still believe that books are here to stay. I don't think it is. I kind of disagree with the premise of. I mean, I obviously books will always be there. Stories will always be there. The publishing world is mighty. You know, it's competitive. There's still authorship. There's still prizes given. There's still, you know, there's still a culture around books.
There's an economy, and there's
absolutely. There's like, you know, the whatever, like Oprah's book club and Reese's book club and all this sort of definite economy around books. There are different kinds of books. There's graphic novels. There's also, you know, your beach read. There's the books that you buy in the airport. I mean, there's tons of literature. I think stories and storytelling will never go away, and I think that it comes in different forms. In the film, the argument is more about, you know, how we absorb that story, you know, how we absorb the stories. And to that, I think I totally agree. We absorb stories, not only stories, but news and headlines in that form, in a headline form, in maybe 5 words, or like a tweet, or you just skim a headline, or your news feed is your Facebook feed, or is you know, whatever you just caught on, like whatever scrolling app that you've got, and you're not taking the time to read deeply and thoroughly, and, you know, it has to do with attention span.
Right. Nuance is missing often.
And nuance, yeah. And to take the time to really sit and absorb and kind of get lost and deep into a story. And it's almost like a deep learning thing. So you're kind of just being, you know, it's like getting sprinkled with information instead of just jumping in the sea, you know?
Yeah, I like that. I mean, in a way, even though the books play such a central part of the story of bestsellers, which, by the way, opens September 17th here in the States, but it's really about loss and you know, unsort of resolved grieving, right? Michael Caine is a widower, and he's lost the love of his life, and he sort of doesn't really have a passion for life anymore. He sort of goes through, you know, he's just living, he's just breathing, and you know, and then this young whippersnapper, in the form of a very desperate, you know, Aubrey Plaza, who I think was really terrific in this film. I have to say, you know, Michael Caine almost hands the film over to her. He kind of steals a lot of the scenes he's in, obviously, but she really is almost every moment of the film. So she's great, right? And so she sort of brings new life into his world. It's a kind of a classic structure, but, you know, these two have good chemistry. I thought, you know, you really felt like they bonded deeply, you know?
Yeah, I'm really proud of their performances in the film. You know, they're obviously come from different schools of acting, different ways of performing. They have different experiences and different ways of working. And I think that together, though, they were both, in this film in particular, they were able to kind of show sides of themselves that they don't usually get to show. Aubrey's more known for the sort of comedic kind of, you know, almost like physical comedy, kind of really strong kind of character acting.
Right.
And obviously Michael is known more for maybe some more sort of upper crusty kind of uptight kind of characters. And here we almost like flip the narrative a little bit between them. And I think for Aubrey too, I'm really proud of her performance, that she gets to the arc that character goes on from really he's really tight, kind of like square, buttoned up, kind of who she thinks she should be as a character. And then she gets to go on this trip, and kind of slowly we watch her unravel and
she's tightly controlled, right? And then we watch her unravel. It's fun to watch.
Yeah, and then she gets to unravel in the same way that she sees like Michael Caine's character do, to find like this true sense of who she really is at the end. So I think she did a great job. Yeah,
I agree. How? I mean, come on. This is obviously, it's an Aubrey Plaza. It's a great vehicle for her and her talent. But I mean, Michael Caine. First of all, getting Michael Caine. That's one question. How did you do that? That seems like an awfully amazing accomplishment. And this is like, you haven't made a bunch of features, right?
This is my first feature.
I don't understand it. So explain. And you're Canadian, which is, maybe that's the answer.
No, it's not the answer.
Part two, you should talk about that experience. And I came within a very small distance of him in a party a couple of years back. Very tall guy, actually. But I was just like too intimidated, not because of anything he did, but just because of, I had no idea what I would say. Oh, I just figured I'm going to make an ass of myself, so I'm not going to do it, which I instantly regretted too.
Well, he would have been completely charming, and he would have knocked your socks off, because
maybe
he's generous and he's authentic, and he's just a beautiful man, But back to how this all happened. Yeah, I as you said, I've done a few short films, and then I was invited to this TIFF talent lab, and there I was asked everybody had to do a self-portrait film. And this is like a lab where they take like emerging filmmakers from around the world, and so we all had to present the self-portrait. And one of the mentors was Cassian Elwes, producer, and he loved my self-portrait, and he was just really taken by it. And then he watched my short films, and then at the end of the lab, like a week after the whole thing was done, he sent me an email, and with the attachment of the script of Bestsellers. And he just said, tell me what you think. And then I did.
And was Caine already attached? Is that what you're saying? Or?
No, he wasn't. And also it was his daughter, Ariel, who had found the script originally, and they wanted to do a film together. And then I started working with Anthony, who was the writer a bit, but then
Rico, right?
Yeah. And then Cassian was doing another film with Michael, and he said, "Hey, well, I've got this project," and he told Michael about me. He told how he met, and he gave him the script. And Michael read the script, and he was like, "I'm on board." And he was game. He wanted to do it. And then and then Aubrey came on board, and then Michael came to cold, wintry Montreal. And of course, what you're alluding to when you say that, you'd be sort of daunted to speak with him at a party, like obviously I was scared.
No.
Yeah. It's my first feature film. Who the hell am I to be?
What a legacy of films, going back to like Alfie and so many other
incredible films. Yeah. And of course, everybody knows him, knows what he can do. I thought I was like, Cassian, like, is he crazy? Like, who is this guy? Why does he think, who am I? All those thoughts. And up until, of course, the first day on set and meeting and Michael on the set, and we're like, okay, now we're going to work now. How is this going to happen? But very quickly, I realized, because he's so generous and because he really wants to do well, he wants to do the work. He wants to work. So I realized really quickly, like, oh, we're just working together. We're just talking, and we really quickly got along very well. And after every take, he would just say to me, he's like, was that all right, love? You know, was that okay? You know, he just like, look at me, like finish, and then look at me, like seek me out. And then we talk about it. We're like, oh yeah, it was great. Okay, what, maybe this, you know? So it wasn't like, it was never that I was ever going to tell Sir Michael Caine what to do, but you know, he was a, well, no, but you know, I'm supposed to be steering the ship. So that was my job. And luckily everybody wanted to, you know, try to bring, they're giving, you know, and he's so generous, as I said, and just a genius. Like I just learned, it's a joy just watching him. I got to watch him on the monitor. I got to watch him.
Yeah. You must have been pinching yourself at times thinking,
yeah.
How did this happen?
Yeah, I still am. Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. And it comes off terrific. You did a great job. I mean, I'm going to urge people to see it. Again, it comes out here in the States on September the 17th. And it's directed by Lina. Okay, let's see if I can not butcher your last name, because I'm going to say Roessler, but that's probably wrong.
No, that's what I did. That's what I do.
I noticed. I know. Yeah. No. But correct me.
It's Lina Roessler.
Roessler. Very good. I did the I tried to do the you know, American pronunciation, not the Canadian. That was her.
Well, my name's not Canadian. Well, I guess it is Canadian because it's so European.
It's just a bad joke on my part. I'm trying to save face a little bit, but and again, it stars Michael Caine, Aubrey Plaza, Ellen Wong, Scott Speedman. Who else did I don't want to leave
Carrie Elwes as well.
Carrie Elwes. What a strange coincidence.
Yes,
what
I
a
know.
strange coincidence that last name keeps. I was going to ask you. So Cassie is the daughter.
Cassian is a man.
Cassian is a man who is related to Carrie.
Carrie's brother.
They're brothers.
Yeah.
Let me rephrase. And that name keeps coming up. I'm going to fix in the post. I'm going to fix the post. I'm going to fix. It's okay. Oh, that's my cue, I guess.
Oh, it must be.
Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Who gets a clock like that? What's that?
That's the Big Ben sound. Dun, 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 dun,
yeah. Well, I'm right. I can see the Thames from here. Anyhow, well, really nice to meet you, and I'm really delighted to meet you and talk about the film. And it's never quite enough time to do. I hope I did it justice a little bit. But if you love. Well, and people are going to go because they love these two actors, first of all, I think. And, you know, and I hope it's a big opportunity for you and that you have lots more features coming out, you know, and projects.
Yeah.
I'm sure one is on the horizon already, but thank you very much. It was nice meeting you.
Thanks, Adam.
Okay.
Take care.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Right.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.